Hey guys, it's me again. I'm going to try doing this all from the start because obviously farm life and unexpected farmers pull into your driveway delivering hay because a lot of them don't have cell phones these days still. So anyways, I'm going to start from scratch, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about 5 ways how you're not going to be successful. I know there's lots of videos that talk about how to be successful, how to do this right, how to do that right, but there are some things that you don't want to do, or don't want to believe that are going to lead you to not achieving success. And I got my information from a TED Talk this morning. TED Talks are awesome. If you don't listen to TED Talks, they're really, really great. It's just a personal development. They're quick videos, debates, and opinions just on different things in the world, different health issues, everything you can think of. They're really neat. You can actually, I have an app on my phone for them, so I just listen to a different one every day. And it's my personal development. So tip number 1 is don't believe in overnight success. So if you're believing that you're gonna, start a business, you're gonna be an entrepreneur, and your business is going to take off overnight, you're wrong. I hate to break it to you, but you're a little bit wrong, because that's probably not going to happen. And I know we hear lots of stories about people doing these inventions, and they do this and they do that, and they have overnight success, and all of a sudden, they're rich, they're famous because something they came up with. But I can pretty much guarantee you that a lot of work went in behind the scenes before all of that happened. So maybe they did, maybe they have like a master's degree in something that they've been studying towards and working towards that nobody knew about. But all of a sudden, as soon as it came about, everyone thought it was just an overnight success. Or maybe, you don't really pay attention to certain people until they are successful. So you don't really know that the work goes into them, right? Or what the work they put in. So it's not about that, and working for yourself isn't about overnight success. It takes hard work, it takes determination, it takes motivation, it takes grit, it takes belief in yourself. And if you don't have those things, then it's just going to take you longer, because the grit and the motivation and the determination, and that's what pushes you every single day to do your vital behaviors in order to be successful. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is don't believe that other people have the answers for you. And I made this mistake a lot, talking to lots of different people, lots of different opinions, hearing lots of opinions, different opinions from everyone, and what I should do and what I should say and what I should do with whatever. And it didn't work for me because it wasn't me being me. So it wasn't necessarily me doing what I believed was right or what I believed would work. And, and those things, everyone isn't the same, and everyone has different opinions. So if you're listening to what other people think, then you're probably not going to excel in what you are wanting to excel in, especially if it's something that takes just really being who you are and running your own business, because people want to be a part of who you are. That's what they're attracted to, is the person that you are today. So you have to be yourself, right? You can't really take anyone else's opinions. You can take advice, but you have to really dissect it into what you believe is right for you. Another tip, so tip number 3 is deciding to settle. So we see lots of people who reach success and they're happy, their income's where they want it to be, they have this and that in place, they're feeling comfortable, and then they decide to settle or slow down or pull back because they're comfortable and they no longer need to push hard. This is a mistake, because what's going to happen is you're just going to stop growing. And there's something called the law of the lid that John Maxwell talks about. If you know who he is, he talks about a law of a lid, and just kind of says like you can only grow to your potential. So if you're not continuously growing your mind, your body, your soul, stuff like that, then you're not going to grow in any other way. So you always have to be pushing yourself further and further in order to continuously succeed and to hold that success. So that's a really important factor as well, is settling. And like lots of people, they just want to take a break, but if you want to live a long and happy and prosperous life, always challenge yourself to be a better you tomorrow. Tip number 4 is that lots of people believe that the fault is in others. So what's a good example for that? So if you aren't hitting your goals, if you're not doing this, you're blaming others. Maybe you're blaming your family, you're blaming your children, maybe you're blaming your team, maybe you're blaming your employees, or blaming your employees, maybe you're blaming someone else because you believe that their actions are contributing to your success. And that's not true, because you probably have a lot of the say, and you can make a choice in what is better for you in order for you to succeed. So I think that that's probably a really good tip as well. As a lot of people blame people all the time. There's so much blame in the world. He did that, she did that, or whatever, and using that as an excuse to hold back. And it happens all the time. So that's another big one. And the last tip, I have to read this one because I always have been forgetting it. Believe that only things that matter are the dreams themselves. So believing that, you have a dream and you believe that that's all that matters, and you don't ever put the work into it and to make it a success. So, I have big dreams. I have big visions. I have, lots of things that I want for my family and my life and my own personal goals. And does it take just me dreaming about it every day and every night and looking at pictures on my phone and wishing it was going to come true? I do believe in vision boards, and I do believe that stuff really, really works, but it takes the right steps and the right behaviors in order to get there. You can't wish in one hand and shit in the other, if you know what I mean. It has to be balanced, right? So give me a heart and a thumbs up if you agree with all of those things, and please comment below, ask any questions you have. I would love to hear feedback. I would love to hear questions, and I would love to connect with you guys. And one last thing, I am starting a new business mentorship group next week. So this is kind of the first time I'm doing this, and I am looking for some people that want to join my team. And so obviously, if you follow me, you know that I am a health and wellness coach. I help people reach their health and fitness goals through online support and a whole lot of other things that I'm not going to jump into right now. But if you're interested at all in what I do, working from home and living a life of freedom and smiles, you can fill out the application that I attached above, and we can kind of go from there. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow or the next day. Peace out.